Hello, my name is Keshwani. There's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number 35. Yesterday, we started a story about a young lady who had beautiful eyes. A young lady whose eyes were absolutely intoxicating. If you gazed at her eyes, if a guy looked at her eyes, he will feel tipsy. He will feel as if he were drunk, hypothetical, as if he were drunk. The story has 16 lines in my notes. We did the first 4 lines yesterday. Today we'll do the next 4 lines. Let's start with 2 vocabulary words. Okay, let's start with the first vocabulary word here, because we're going to need these 2 words in a second. Here we go. Te, which is a ta, and then a na, tan, and then ha. This is this here right here, ha. We don't need a ha, we need a a, we need a ha. That's a a ki matra, tanha. But the word is not pronounced tanha. The word is not pronounced tanha, it's pronounced tanha. Tanha. It has a nasalized n sound at the end, which is something that we already learned before. That sound in Urdu is produced by a letter called nun gunna. It is a na without the dot. It's called nun gunna. We have already learned it before, I believe, day number 31, 32 and 33. Yes, 31, 32, 33. We spent 3 days on this concept, and yesterday we started a story. That's what this is. Now it reads tanha. Tanha. How do we indicate this concept in Hindi? In Hindi, it's very simple. You simply put a dot on the top of it. Right here, tanha. This dot is this thing right here. Let's put them together. First, I'm going to write this word in a very childish way, and then we're going to do a little bit fancy way. So there is a ta, there's a na, there's a ha, then alif, ta, na, ha, alif, and then tanha. The way it is written, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Anybody can understand it, and it's absolutely fine. Nobody will tell you this spelled improperly. However, a little bit grown-up handwriting would, most of the time in the print, you will see it like this. Instead of writing ta like this, you make it like this. That's the ta. And then you join with it no. No, and the rest is same. Tanha. Ha is also written in a little bit more fancy way, which I'm not going to do it here, because every time I do it, it does not come out right. I don't know how to do it. Tanha. But that's tanha. What does tanha mean? Tanha means lonely. Tanha means lonely. It can also mean unique. One of a kind. One of a kind. Unique. In this story, when we hear the word tanha, we're not talking about being lonely. That's not the meaning that is being used here. In the context that we're going to talk about, it means you're not the only one. You're not unique. There is nothing unique about it. There is nothing particular about it. You're not the only one. There are many. There are hundreds, thousands of people like you. There are thousands of men. She does not say hundreds. She says thousands, hazaron. There are thousands of men like you. You're not the only one. That's where we use the word tanha. Let's learn the next word, which we're gonna need. Having explained these 2 words ahead of time, when the time comes for us to write our line, we don't have to stop at that time. Here's the next word. This is alif, and we put a pesh on it. That converts a into a u, choti u ki matra, which in Hindi you simply write it like this, like a 3. Then we have lam. But this lam is pronounced with u. So it's ul. It's not ula, it's ul. Because it's pronounced together, in Hindi you will just write half an L, ul. Then we have fe. We talked about it yesterday. In yesterday's video, I'm going to explain one more time. There are two concepts for fe. This is fe, which is the English letter F. And then this is P and do chashmi here together, which will be the same as PH. If you want to write telephone, you have to know, English writer would have to know that telephone is to be spelled with PH and not F. PH is something that does exist in Hindi. This is your F. But F does not exist in English. So if there's a word that requires fe instead of PH, F, you improvise. In Hindi, we improvise by putting a dot underneath it. That's what we're dealing with right now. Ul, F, and then T. Ulfat. Oh man, how do I connect this L with the F? In my notes, I have written K for some reason. I guess it will just be like this, and it will have to be connected like this, and then you put a dot. Ulfa, ulfat. What does ulfat mean? Ulfat means love. Ulfat means love. Another word we learned before, when we were learning tashdid, the concept of tashdid, we learned another word, which is this word right here. Meme with u ki matra, and then a ha, he, and then a ba, but this is a half ba, mohab, mohab, and then another ba, and then a ta. Mohabbat. Mohabbat is ulfat. Mohabbat means, you know what mohabbat means? It's a very simple word. Mohabbat is a very common word. We use that in prose. We use this word in prose. But in poetry, most of the time, instead of mohabbat, you will hear ulfat. They both mean the same thing. They are synonyms. Mohabbat. Let's put this together. So we have mu, ha, ba, ta. I'm doing it quickly because we have learned it already before. This is just a repetition. This is how we write mohabbat. Love. Mohabbat, ulfat. Let's begin. The word that we're going to use here is ulfat, not mohabbat. Alif with a zer, that makes an e, choti e, and then a kaf, ik, then te, and a mim, tum, Let's put them together. Te and a mim, tum, ik, tum, tum, then a he and a choti e. Tum hi, choti e gives us badi ki matra. Tum hi nahi, no, and then a he, and then another area that makes a he. But so far, the way it's written, it reads nahi. We don't need nahi, we need nahi, with the nasalized n sound. So we need a nun gunna. We don't want nahi. This is just nahi. We want nahi. There we go. Let's put them together. Na, noon, he, ye. Of course, in Urdu, you would not lift your hand like I did, like a baby. You would write the whole thing in one shot. Nahi. Ek tum hi nahi. Here's the word that we learned a little while ago. Ek tum hi nahi tanha. Ek tum hi nahi tanha. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा. Now we have to learn another word. The word is that's really interesting. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा. I'm going to put them all together. I need the room. So far it says एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा. You are not the only one. You are not the only one. Ulfat. Oh, I left out the L. Ulfat में, you see the nun gunna, which is why we need a dot. Ulfat में Mary, again that is ma, ye, that makes, this is a badi ye, that makes it me, and then ra, and then a choti ye. So this when it's broken up, this thing reads meem, badi ye, me, and then re, and choti ye, re. Choti ye gives us badi e ki matra, badi ye gives us e ki matra, choti e ki matra. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा, उल्फत में मेरी, and this is the last word that we have not learned yet. I left it out, I forgot it. The word, since I started the whole thing, let's learn it here, and then we'll talk about it. The word is re with a page, that makes the ru. Not re. See, I was about to write re because this letter is called re in Urdu. We need a ru. Now ru, choti u ki matra, would look like this. But for some strange reason, I have not quite figured out why, but I'm sure there is a reason for it. In Hindi, I saw, oh, that's, it is, just give me a second. In my notes, it's written like this. But that's a badi u ki matra, isn't it? Actually, we need choti u ki matra, but I have written in my notes like this. I'm going to leave it like this. That's a ru. If that's a badi u ki matra, then that's not correct. The badi u ki matra would have been like this. But I know my Urdu, and I know that it's not a badi u ki matra here. What we need is choti u ki matra. So that's what I want to write. I just don't know how to write it. Instead of taking a chance, I'm just going to write in the wrong way. This is ru. At least I know it's the choti u ki matra. Ruswat. Ru, sa, wa, and then ta. Let's put it together. Ru, sa, wa, ta. Oh, we don't need ruswat, we need ruswa. We need ruswa. Ruswat is a word. Ruswat is a word which is the noun form. What we need is an adjective, ruswa. Ruswa. What does ruswa mean? I left no room for myself. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा, उल्फत में मेरी रुस्वा. Ruswa means to be famous for something bad, to be scandalized. If your name is scandalized, if you become notorious, notorious means to be famous for something really bad, notorious. If your name is scandalized, if there is a scandal in the town about you and certain young lady in the town, there is a scandal between you and her, you are scandalized. Your name is scandalized, your name is ruined, your reputation is ruined, badnaam ho gaya. That's another way of saying ruswa means badnaam hona, badnaam, ruswa. Ek tum hi nahi tanha, ulfat mein meri ruswa. You are not the only guy, you're not the only guy whose name is scandalized, whose reputation is ruined because of the love, because of the love between you and I. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा, उल्फत में मेरी रुस्वा. Let's do the next line. So Ruswa means to be scandalized. To become notorious. Ruswa is an adjective. Do you know the noun? Do you know the noun of notorious? Notorious is an adjective. The noun would be notoriety. Notoriety. How do we say it in Urdu? Ruswa is the adjective. One who is Ruswa has Ruswa-i. Ruswa-i. Again, I'm going to continue doing my stupid thing here because that's the only way I know how to write it. Rus-wa and then badi ki matra. And this is also a concept that we have learned before. All of this concept we have learned. When alif is followed by choti ye, we don't write it like this. We write it like this. We put a loop here, and then we put a choti ye, and then we put this thing. This is called Hamza. We spend many days learning this concept of Hamza. That's how we write it. Ruswai. Ruswai is notoriety. I'm going to rewrite this word here a little bit differently. Instead of making two loops so that you can see a different form is written, instead of writing two words, you can just make a one word Ruswai. So there are two things different here. First thing different here is that we don't have the two loops. We don't have two loops. I just made a one big one. And then we don't have a loop for the Hamza. You just do this part, the sharp angle part. Ruswai. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा उल्फत में मेरी रुस्वा. You're not the only one whose name is scandalized about the town. The next two lines are very simple. Next two lines are very simple. They're going to go fast. Is, again, I wrote a scene like that. Is Sahir. So, her and a row. Show, her and a row. Shahir. Shahir means town. Shahir, city. Shahir. Let's put them together, shall we? Again, you can write it like this, and then a her and then a row. That's fine too. Or you can write it like this. Is Shahir. These are dots. These sloppy things are dots. That's how we do dots in Urdu. Nobody stops, nobody slows down to put three dots like that. That's what you find when people are writing freehand. Freehand, they're just going to come down like this. That means city. Is Shahir mein with a nungunna. Is Shahir mein. See, it's not me. It's not is Shahir mein. It's Shahir mein. Not me. Not me, me. इस शहर में तुम जैसे तुम that's this part there that you see there is te with a page, that's a tu and a meme. Put them together, it looks like this. It's going to come out like that. It's not going to come out very neat, just like that came out here, and people would know what I just wrote. People will be able to read just fine. These two dots, first they came out like that. Here it just comes out of the line. It's fine. It's perfectly legible. That means tum. And here the meme is very, very tiny. I didn't do it on purpose, just the way it came out. Here also, that's a meme. But that's what it says. This part that you see there, that's a meme right here. This part that came out like that, that's a meme. Is शहर में तुम जैसे. Just write जैसे separately. That's a Jim, J. We don't need a J, we need a J. बड़ी की मात्रा. बड़ी ये rather, I meant to say बड़ी ये, not बड़ी ये की मात्रा. बड़ी ये gives us ए की मात्रा. But we don't need ए की मात्रा, we need बड़ी ए की मात्रा. So we need a zabar on top of it. Then we have a scene. And then choti ए की मात्रा, which just takes बड़ी है. There is no zabar here. जैसे. Let's put it together. Jim, when it's written together, it just looks like this. That's the Jim. Ye is going to, if it appears in the middle of the word, if choti ye or badi ye appears in the middle of the word, it takes this form. It appears at the end. It's going to retain its original form. So J, so far it says J with choti ye ki matra. We put a zabar on it to make it a badi ye ki matra, and then another sa, and then a badi ye. इस शहर में तुम जैसे दाल and छोटी है. That means that gives us D. Then we need a wa and alif. Wa. Oh, sorry, that's a ba. Diva ne. Noon and a badi ne. This is going to give us the choti e ki matra. Diva ne. You know, divane is divane is plural of divana. Divana is a madman. A synonym of divana would be pagla. Pa, ga, la, pagla. Pagla, divana. The plural is divane. इस शहर में तुम जैसे दीवाने I erased this part, I didn't mean to erase it. Pagla. Let's put the pagla together. Pa, and then a ga, and then la. That's how you write math person. Oh, pagla. What I had written here was pagal. Pagla. Math person. Pagla. इस शहर में तुम जैसे दीवाने हजारों हैं, which we have done many times, so we don't need to explain it. हजारों हैं. हजारों हैं. बढ़िया की मात्रा बेटा. Noon good now. There you go. I'm going to recite all 4 lines together now. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा उल्फत में मेरी रुस्वा. एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा उल्फत में मेरी रुस्वा. You're not the only one whose name is scandalized about the town. इस शहर में तुम जैसे दीवाने हजारों हैं. इस शहर में तुम जैसे दीवाने हजारों हैं. There are thousands of mad guys just like you. You're not the only one. You're not tanha. You're not alone. You're not unique. You're not one of a kind. There are thousands of men crazy about me. But not me, the young lady. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.